So, my last stream I had to end because I was frozen warping to a base. So, hopefully things run a little bit smoother this time. We shall see. Alright. Alright, let's hope it works this time. Pull up the streams. Alright, let's see what happens this time. Oh, thanks for the tweet out there, Beelbum. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was like, I'm probably not even going to share it around this time. I'm sure the last one I shared around, is an invalid link at this point. And now I'm getting paranoid about this warp. Like, I feel like I've been warping now for a minute, too. Oh, yes. The Atlas smiles upon us. Guess I left the music on. Sure. So this is the one I'm going to be clearing out. So I'm going to save while I'm here. Clear these out. Oh, did not mean to hit random on that, but that's okay. I'm clearing it out anyway. And of course, nipped up buds. Go ahead and save this. So now I'm starting from scratch. Yeah, thanks, dude. That was an older one that I ended up uploading previously to SoundCloud. So I figured I'd have a few places I would just hop to, and instead of having to build a base and, put all the devices down again. I don't need to keep the songs. I can just keep the bases and just go and have jam sessions or just build something new. Sometimes I just want to get in here and play with the music a little bit. Alright, gotta put them all in the synchronizer. Seems like I accidentally kept one of the tracks from the last song. Go clear that one out. Sounds good with this though, but we'll figure it out. Alright. Oh, hey, Eduardo. What's up, dude? Appreciate that. I have the computer open today instead of having it on the screen, so I have to remember to look back and forth. Nope, that was the wrong one. Whoops. Tried to add Beelbum as moderator. I accidentally added Eduardo. Yeah, I think it's this part here I need to play with. I don't like this scale either. Hey, Bortar. Thanks, dude. Yeah, this little arpeggiator at the bottom is kind of fun to play with. You come up with a lot of different sounds with it. I kind of like that sound there. I haven't played Dreams at all, but that's a game that's definitely on my list of games I'd like to pick up one day. It looks like that game has almost too much going on. Like, this game sucks so much of my time out. I imagine if I get that game, I get lost, and the learning curve on that seems pretty ridiculous. But from what I understand, it's like a full-on, you know, audio making machine. Like, you can make some actual, like, really good stuff. This is a little bit more limited, but it's still a lot of fun to play with. Coming up with different sounds. Hey, Tolocram, thanks for stopping by. Hope I don't mess anybody's names up too horribly. A lot of new people to the stream I've never seen before. Yeah, that's another thing I've thought about too. If it lets you plug a keyboard into it, especially like you imagine if you could put like a MIDI controller or like an actual like keyboard, that'd be pretty cool. But that's asking a lot from a video game. The other side over here. A little too fast. Yeah, sorry about the invalid links. Had a crash on my way to this base actually, so thanks to Beelbum for actually putting that putting the tweet out for me. Appreciate that, dude. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna go do all that again. I'll just have a little small stream, but this is cool. That's my first crash on a stream, so I definitely would rather have a capture card or something. Make it a little bit easier. This one sounds terrible. Yeah, bass. Yeah, I'm gonna go delete that tweet. And unfortunately, I shared that link around a few places. I shared it on Discord and everything, so I've got to go later and clear that out. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This part here, the advanced waveform, is where you kind of play with what the... let's isolate this so we can just hear this. So this is the... I mean, almost like, think of it like this is like the instrument, you know, what it's going to sound like. But then when you're over here, you can change the shape of the sound, you can change the wave. I mean, there's a lot you could do with it. It's just not... It's not like pull down charts and like it's the interface. It to me isn't very. I don't know. It's not well set up in the sense that you know what you're doing most of the time. You know, you kind of gotta play with it a little bit. Oh no. No, trust me, that's not the case. If it was, I definitely wouldn't make anything with it. I think I honestly think it's more just messing with it, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. You think by now, because I've been playing with it for a while, I'd know more about it, but I honestly just come and mess with it. Like, that's all I do. And sometimes I come up with something that sounds alright, and then I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm trying to remember how you did that. Can you change the keys of individual instruments, like the notes as they're going? Maybe I just don't understand what you're asking. Because you can tweak all kinds of sounds with individual things. It's just I'm used to having like anytime I've messed with any kind of music editing software, you have like your straight up instruments, your samples on the side. And, like this, you don't have that. I guess this is the closest thing you have to that, and you have to kind of using math make an instrument sound. So like, you know, okay, that sounds kind of a little bit like a violin. You know, you can kind of tweak that a little bit. You can make like so that it kind of sounds like deep, like a tuba, you know, but for the most part, there's no like straightforward, hey, this is a piano, or hey, this is a, you know, a guitar or anything. You kind of have to approximate that. The key is for IP, H by IP. Yeah. When they're linked, if I change the overall key on this one, it'll change it on all of them. And if I hit random on this one, because they're all connected, it's now changed the beats per minute and the key on this one, and made it sound awful. Oh yeah, when they, you know, if they ever do any more work to this, if they didn't, you know, put a randomly generated beat down here, because I have to keep it turned off or you'll hear, you know, that nonsense. And the drums are kind of bad. They sound very terrible. Let's see, just do a simple beat. They sound like electronic. They sound too crispy. And all of them are kind of like that. They have different samples for it, but they all kind of sound a little too digital. Yeah, that's true. That's right, Bill. You would run into sync issues. I mean, unless you copied it, because I've done it where I've separated them. But they have the byte-beat cable too, so you know whether you have them placed side by side, snapped that way, or if you have the cable. Um, I've tried it before. I've made one that was, you know, in a different key, and as long as it's the same beats per minute, it sounds okay. It's just the only issue too is you can't go into the synchronizer menu and turn it on and off. You can't control it from there. And I was curious the other day, and I decided to make more than 8 devices. I decided to glitch a few in, and it completely destroyed everything. Like the music, it's like adding the extra tracks made everything else sound like one long note being played. So 8 is definitely your limit, which I'd like to see that increased a little bit too, and maybe just the length. We have, you know, we only have these measures and then that's it. It'd be nice to have double that too, because it plays in a loop. You know, it'll go here and then it starts over again. So it'd be nice to have a little bit more to play with there. But they've only ever done one update. They've only ever done one change on this, and that was this translucent background we have. Before this was all blue, and now you can kind of see your background a little bit. But as far as I know, that's the only thing they've ever changed since they've introduced byte-beat. I don't see them doing much with it though. I mean, it's hard enough to get like new parts in the game, let alone update a feature that not too many people use. Yeah, and I've got it too, where I've got them wired up to where they don't all turn on at the same time. I can sometimes, you know, I've done that when making a song too, where I'll have part of the song turned on and then I'll play with that. But it's hard to do when you're trying to look, you know, it's so much better when I'm recording music to actually look at the synchronizer menu, because I can see everything as it goes. So I've actually tried recording where I've like turned things on and off, and it's messy. Things don't turn on quick enough, and yeah, play with the byte-beat more. It's something fun to play with. Even if you just spend I had to force myself to do it. Like I was curious about it, but then I built a few of them, and it was just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is terrible. But you play with it long enough, and you actually start to have fun with it. And sometimes you hear a sound that's like, oh, I didn't know it could make that. My last one that I did, one of the sounds I had almost sounded like talking or like meowing. And it sounds silly if you hear it, but like, it was a pretty cool sound. I don't like that advanced waveform on that. Yeah, no, Beelbum, and those, when you place more than 8, like if I was place a 9th one right now, when I start messing with the advanced waveform in that one, it makes the other 8 sound like one constant note. I don't know if that's because I'm playing on base PS4 and it just can't render in more than the allotted 8, but like for me, when I've tried that, it's like I can only have 8 working at once. If I add more to it, then the previous 8 start to sound like just one constant droning note. Yeah, you could definitely place them, but I bet you could have 8 or more than 8 and then use the effects for like timing with switches and stuff still, but I don't think you'd be able to get a song with more than 8. like something that actually sounds like something you want to listen to. You might be able to use them for your project, but I just don't know. You know what? I've never tried that. I've never tried that. That would be super nice to have because I wouldn't have to build more than one, you know. I'd be able to have one place I can build 2 songs at and maybe even switch between those songs at that same place. So that's definitely something worth experimenting with. Yeah, that is a good idea. I'll just have to follow the Beeblebum tutorial on 2 bass computers. Finally I had one, that's great. No, I don't like that. Kind of like that, but I don't like that. I don't know. Definitely need to change the advanced waveform. Alright, it sounds too much like a ray gun. I like that, it's very dreamy. First planning on building a bite beat in the models, I just realized. Yeah. And then when you build something that's big like that too, I don't know, I feel like render has gotten better, but there are times when you build something so big and then you go to put in the music last, it takes a while for the game to kind of like settle down and play the music, at least for me anyway. Because I'm still on base PlayStation, so when I make music, I typically do it early on, and I mean I've had to keep bases small because of it, just to play the music right, you know. I think it needs a beat. Doing the drums is my least favorite part, so. Let's see what we got. Let's hit random to start. Change the sounds of the drums out. I need to hear what it sounds like so I can change it, because that doesn't sound right. Too crispy. Either sounds too crispy or too wet. It's weird. I guess that's alright. I'm gonna turn these down so you hear the drums more. And actually, I might make these center 3 the drums, because sometimes the best way to make them louder is just to copy them. But I've noticed that when you do that, it sometimes sounds a bit choppy. So let's see. I don't think it's saved the numbers either of the drums. So my numbers are at 5, 6, 7. Okay, no, it did keep them. And see, I put one song on one side, and then, or one part on this side, one part over here, so it has a balance. Because it does, play in stereo. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of what you can come up with in a byte beat will sound like a retro game, because it's very, like, 8-bit, very chiptune. I've made stuff that sounds a little bit more like real instruments, but I don't hate the more chiptune sound. It's just byte beat's a little bit limited. All right, let's copy this one out. And I might again try and mess with the sound of the advanced waveform and stuff in a little bit. Not too deep, too low. And this is where I spend a good deal of my time too when I'm doing this, is just messing around the advanced waveform. And I'm not trying to create a specific song or anything. I'm just trying to find something that I like the way it sounds with the other stuff. And I don't have like an idea in my head for what I'm trying to create. And that's probably why I like this form of building. It's easier for me to do something random. I think when I try and do that when I'm base building with regular parts is that I tend to build the same thing over and over again, or I start the same, and with this I can literally get random and build from there. Oh, hey, thanks, thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. Alright, so we'll start at the advanced waveform. How you doing today, Dan? Shoot, I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving yesterday, all those who are here in the States. I mean, I hope everyone else had like a good normal day yesterday. Good as any Thursday. Yeah, I had a lot of turkey. A lot of ham, a lot of champagne. And we didn't have the usual amount of family in town, which for me, just another reason to be thankful. Normally they'd still be in town, so instead I get to stream today. What is going on with this? Alright, keep going. I think I'm going to change the length of these. See, sometimes when you have 3 drums, they get a little choppy. So you can kind of hear the drums kind of tripping over each other. Probably just do with just 2 drums. Talk about video game sounds. I apologize for how weird this sounds. I'm just playing with this. This part needs work here. Where are you at? There you are. Okay. Okay, so it's this one that sounds okay. Damn, I like the way this one sounded too. Is that the only one? Is it A major? No, they all are. Oh, you know what? Didn't I have it on E minor? So it switched at some point. Oh, you know what? That was earlier. I did start over. And the last thing I was messing around with is in E major, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to mess with that because I'm hearing that too, like that classic thumping sound. So I'm trying to mess with it to pull that rave sound out more, but sometimes with byte beat, it's like anything else you're building with, you mess with it so much that you destroy it. Okay, so this one's not putting out sound. This one doesn't sound like it matches up with the other ones well. Alright, now I can fix this one. Almost done. I just gotta sort this one out. See how it all sounds together. Auto power doesn't seem to work. Are you talking about auto power, like the base being powered? Or are you talking about from like a switch? Yeah, sorry, buddy. I don't know what you mean by auto power doesn't seem to work. I don't know if you mean that because like here I'm in creative mode. I've got my base powered, or I don't know if you mean like what kind of power is coming into your base. Or you're talking about like specifically from a switch. I know what you mean by auto power. I know you have to power each one up individually. Even if you connect them in a series, you have to connect them with power to all of them. And you know what I do? I have them individually wired, and then got some wires running to each. You really can't see them here. I just don't think I understand what you're saying, buddy. Base computer enable auto powered by the... Oh yeah, you have to power them from something else. So they like for instance a pill light, or I like to have a power source going to a switch, then to the byte beat, so I can kind of turn them off, you know. For instance like this, I've got, I can show you in build mode. So, and what Beelbum said is completely right. You have to have a power source going to it. So I've got mine going to this grow box here, just coming right off of it into the switch. You could use pill lights, you could use these rooms I could even use, because I've got, you know, auto power enabled. So yeah, you have to bring power to the byte beat. And like I said, I would go with a switch so you could turn all your byte beat off at once so you don't have to hear it the whole time. Or however you want to set up your switches, but I definitely prefer having an option to turn the byte beat on and off. Oh, dude, please. I'm glad that I'm glad Beelbum's in here, because Beelbum's able to help sort that out. But also, like, I'm glad that some questions could be answered on one of my streams, because I'm not usually the type that's like good for like tutorials or like helping people learn something. I'm just like, I like to come, mess around with the music a little bit, so. But I'm glad you're messing with the byte beat. That's cool. Hopefully more people get into it. It's cool. It's a cool little thing they added to the game, a little toy to play with. I think this is just about done. Give it a second to not sound so choppy. Sometimes it does help if I open the byte beat. And yeah, please don't ever feel like you're annoying with questions. Like I'd rather try and answer a question than sit here and not talk the whole time, so and I love creative mode, by the way. Because as much as I love No Man's Sky, I don't think I would want to explore and have to search for the star silk to build these chairs. It definitely needs a change over here so it doesn't go so abruptly from lots of music to no music. So it needs a... let's see. I'll let it play through one more time and then I think I'm done. You know, it's not a masterpiece, but I'm happy with the result. Yeah, there are definitely some things I would change, but that's just because I'm listening to it enough now. But I think that's going to do it for me. I was really just trying to come on and have a little, you know, mess around with the music a little bit. But I appreciate everyone for stopping by, a lot of new people. And if you guys like what you see, please consider subscribing. I am up to 93. I'm 7 away from 100, so exciting times. It gets a little messy. You have 2 basses. Oh, hey, Blind Vision. Appreciate that, dude. It says it gets a little messy when you have 2 basses going. LOL, you have... No, so if you have each, let me see. Let me turn this off so I can hear myself think. So if you have 2 basses in the system, you'll have separate byte beat jams. I think it's localized to that one bass computer. So, for instance, I have one system that has 3 different basses, and each of them have their own byte beat song with the byte beat devices there. I wish it was possible to upload your byte beat tracks the way you can your basses, so you could build a byte beat device and maybe, you know, put the older music on it or cycle through multiple songs, like, I don't know, to where it was more like a functioning jukebox. Maybe one day we'll get something like that. Oh, thanks, Eduardo. Appreciate that. I'm using Beeb's dual bass technique. Ooh. See, I need to play with that. I definitely need to play with that. Since Beelbum dropped that, I want to make that 16 byte beats. I wonder how that's gonna look in the menu here. The let me turn this on. The synchronizer menu, because you can only get up to eight total. It says one connected because I don't have them all powered up. See, and I've got 7 out of 8. I don't even quite have 8 on this one. So if I was real quick. Save game before I mess this song up that I made. But if I connect it with Bytebeat wire, it'll sync it up. I'm just gonna put something random on this one. I'll copy this. Alright, so now I've got 8 full running. I'm going to see what happens when I add a 9th one here. So I was trying to read chat at the same time. It's so weird using it on my computer, having to look over. So it is showing this one on the synchronizer. Let's paste this. Okay, so it shows it on the synchronizer, which means one of the other ones is missing. I need to have them all going at the same time so I can hear them. See what we're missing. Both of my new ones are showing up. Oh heck yeah, I for sure will, Beebs. You always make some cool stuff. I'm just trying to figure out it because it seems like I've got 9 connected. When I've done this before, it's really messed it up, but... so far it hasn't destroyed it like it has in the past. And you know, it's not useful in the sense that I can't control it on the synchronizer. But let's say I had my beats on the extra ones, then I'd have more tracks to play with. Not sure why it's not messing up today, but I've had it before where I'll have extra ones attached. And it'll totally mess it up, but it sounds like it's working fine today. Huh. Finally figured out how to delete a decal. You just delete something attached to it. I'm not going to save it anyway. But yeah, I guess I'll leave it with it playing. But thanks to everyone for stopping by. Just a quick little jam session, and I think it's easier for me to stay consistent with streaming if I just do like smaller streams. So appreciate everyone for stopping by and hanging out with me while I jam. But I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. It's nice to see new people in here. Appreciate that. And thanks again, Beelbum, for sharing that tweet out, buddy. I appreciate that. I'm actually going to go right now and watch your monolith build. Hope everyone has a good day. I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.